This is part 3 of the gasification series. We have already covered goals of gasification. Why should we study its chemistry? We have done reactions in combustion zone and some reactions in reduction zone. Now we will study the remaining reactions of reduction zone as well as composition of producer. Besides the 3 reduction zone reaction discussed so far, there are 2 more combination reactions.
And the first combination is when you combine water-gas reaction with Baudot reaction.
Subtract 1 from 2.
So we'll write left-hand side of these equations and right-hand side of these equations. We can see these two will cut, carbon and carbon, and left-hand side water minus carbon dioxide. On the right-hand side you will write hydrogen minus CO. We can take minus carbon monoxide to the left hand side and carbon dioxide to the right hand side and see this is so carbon monoxide plus water will give you carbon dioxides and hydrogen. So this reaction is known as water gas shift reaction. So this you can see water gas and this is a water gas shift reaction. So this is also known as WGSR. It is discovered by Italian physicist in 1780. It's mildly exothermic reaction.
Let us see.
Second combined reaction. This is a water gas reaction and then this is a methane forming reaction, and if you subtract 3 from 2, again you can write left hand side. On the right hand side again these two will cancel out and these two will be equivalent to 206. So this minus 2H2 we can take on this side and minus term methane on this side. So this is methane plus water is carbon monoxide plus 3 hydrogen plus 206. So this is an endothermic reaction in this direction, and if you go in this direction this will be exothermic reaction. So this is known as steam methane reforming reaction.
This reaction is used for the production of hydrogen nowadays.
95% of world's hydrogen is produced by this reaction from natural gas. The hydrogen produced from this reaction is used in production of ammonia and other chemicals. So let's see all the reactions here, all the reduction zone reactions, and if you see
these are all solid gas reactions.
These combined reactions are gas phase reactions, and all these reactions are responsible for what is the output which you are going to get out of gasifier. So major reaction in the reduction zones are endothermic. Heat which is liberated in oxidation is used in the reduction zone, and the gas temperature drops from 1000 degrees centigrade in oxidation to 450 degrees centigrade at the end of the reduction zone. And as we have talked earlier, there is a lot of sensible heat still left in the gas, which if used in engine is waste because you need to cool down the gas before using engine. Equilibrium of these reactions depends on temperature, pressure, concentration of reactants and products, feedstock characteristic, catalyst, and type of gasifier. We can control these parameters to some extent to get the desired output. So let's see these two reactions, water gas shift reaction and steam methane forming reactions. So this is water gas and these are the products. This is a steam methane reforming reaction. So what is our desired object? If the objective of the gasification is high yield of methane, then we need to produce hydrogen to carbon monoxide in 3:1 molar ratio. So when you produce 3:1 molar ratio, then you can combine this to produce high amount of methane. Now if objective of gasification is high yield of hydrogen, then it can be done by water gas shift reaction. So that's why we apply steam to produce hydrogen, or you can supply hydrogen to produce methane in gasification also. And if you remember, we talked about gasification agents earlier also, and these agents can be air stream, oxygen, hydrogen stream, and based on these agents you can have
different
calorific values. So 4 to 6, this is a medium, and 40, so that's what the classification is there: low calorific value, medium calorific value, high calorific value. So these depend upon what you use as an agent. This is normally used in thermal or engine operations. When you use oxygen, steam or hydrogen, your idea is to go for methane or methanol as an end product. So gaseous or liquid fuel. What is the composition of gas from a wood or charcoal gasifier? So depending on feedstock, you can have different compounds. So you can see carbon monoxide. So this nitrogen is there in very high amount. It's because we are supplying air here. So air contains 78% nitrogen. So you can see the final output has greater than 50% of nitrogen, and this acts as a diluter also here. Then carbon monoxide 17 to 22%, and this percentage change because there is a change in feedstock characteristics. And we are interested in hydrogen. You can see the hydrogen production here, and the gas heating value can be found out by multiplying calorific value of each of combustible gases with a percent, and this has been taken from FAO. Based on temperature of operation, we can have different composition of gas because temperature controls the amount of gas, because temperature controls the equilibrium of different reactions. So you can see if the temperature is lower,
methane content will be high.
Hydrogen increases at higher temperature, carbon monoxide increases at higher temperature. So higher temperature favors higher concentration of carbon monoxide and hydrogen, and low temperature leads to higher methane concentration. Thank you very much. These are the two major sources I have used in this presentation.